have just been saving these things just for the purpose of making this video. Now I don't need them. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I filmed a long form video, so it's really great to be back. If you are new here, hi, my name is Stephanie and I usually make food and travel videos. Today's video is gonna be a bit different. So big and exciting news, I got LASIK eye surgery in Istanbul, Turkey last year. And this video is gonna be documenting every step of that process. I will also be sharing exactly how much I paid to get LASIK done in Istanbul. Hint, hint, it is 75% cheaper than if I would have gotten it done here in the US. I wanted to make this video to share my experience getting LASIK, but I also wanted to help others who are considering getting LASIK, whether it be in your home country, Korea or Thailand or Turkey. I think this video will be helpful to you because the LASIK process is virtually the same wherever you go. With that said, get comfortable and let's get started. So first, let's talk about why I chose to get LASIK eye surgery. I always had bad eyesight my entire life. I think my prescription was 20 out of 100. It's just bad Asian genes. I grew up wearing glasses and later in life I started to wear contact lenses and I hated it. I hated wearing both. I just hated the way that I looked in glasses, and having to wear contacts has its own complications. They dry out after about 8 hours or so. You also have to make sure that your fingers and the undersides of your fingernails are squeaky clean before you take them out. But the worst part of it is I've actually had corneal abrasions not once but twice in my life because of my use of contact lenses. Corneal abrasions are a 10 out of 10 on the pain scale. So as the years went by, LASIK was always something that was in the back of my mind. I actually went to 2 LASIK clinics in Santa Clara, and both LASIK institutes quoted me at $5,000 US. So even when I asked for discounts, the best they can do is just a few $100s off. And by the way, insurance does not cover LASIK because LASIK is deemed as a cosmetic surgery. So I looked into medical tourism. There's no reason that I had to get it done in the US, especially when there are amazing, talented, smart doctors in other parts of the world that don't charge an arm and a leg, or in this case, an eyeball. That led me to researching LASIK in Istanbul, Turkey. And the reason why I chose Turkey specifically over places like South Korea or Thailand was because last year in 2022, I spent 2 months in Europe. And so because I was already in Europe, I decided to add Istanbul to my travel itinerary. Speaking of travel, I want to thank the sponsor for this video, Level 8. If you love to travel, you're going to need reliable luggage pieces. And Level 8 offers high quality luggages with lifetime warranty. On top of that, their luggages come with 360-degree rotating wheels for ease of mobility, a built-in TSA lock, and ample storage space for all of your travel essentials. And because they offer lifetime warranty, Level 8 luggage pieces are buy it for life investments. And we have an exclusive discount code for you. Enter code STEPHTRAVELS at checkout to get 10% off your order, which is an incredible deal considering that these are already buy it for life pieces. I'll leave all the information in the description below. Now I'm going to talk about finding clinics in Istanbul as well as how I chose the one that I chose. So I noticed in just speaking with my friends, I found that a lot of Americans don't even know that one could get LASIK done in Istanbul. Turkey is a country that the West is not that educated about. And I think what a lot of people don't know is that Turkey produces world-class doctors. I think I reached out to 5 to 7 LASIK institutes in Istanbul, and here's the really cool thing. A lot of these institutes will include airport pickup, airport drop-off, and some will even offer hotel stays in their LASIK package. And I did find that you can negotiate as well. So let's say a LASIK institute offers you a 3-night stay in a hotel, you could negotiate up to 4. So I really appreciated these perks. I don't think you're gonna get this kind of service in the US. Also, to communicate with these institutes and gather their quotes, you're gonna need WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a free messaging platform. Almost every other country in the world uses WhatsApp. So if you are a world traveler, highly recommend that you download WhatsApp. So in gathering all the quotes, I found that most clinics will charge between $1,200 to $1,500 US. All right, so with that said, which clinic did I end up going with? I went with Eyestar. Eyestar Institute was founded in 1988 by Dr. Gurkan Jelikol, who has over 30 years of experience as an eye surgeon. So I chose Eyestar because they have a good standing history, wonderful reviews, they have a 4.8 rating on Google, and because the representative who I chatted with on WhatsApp was very personable, I really felt that I could trust them the most. But another reason was the price. Eyestar quoted me at 1,200 euros. Now, an important thing with Eyestar is that they do offer airport pickup, they offer airport drop-off, but they actually do not provide the hotel package included. So that's one reason why they were a bit cheaper than the others. So if you're someone who wants the hotel package, then you might want to go with another institute. I will leave the other institutes that I spoke with down in the description below so you don't have to spend as much time researching. I actually stayed in a hostel, 10-minute walk away from Eyestar. And I know hostels aren't for everybody, but sometimes when I do solo traveling, I stay in hostels just to save a buck. And of course, before you book an appointment, you do need to send the clinic your current eye prescription, which you can always get from your optometrist. cost. And you also must share your flight itinerary. They need to know when to pick you up, when to drop you off, and they need to make sure that you have ample time for your eyes to heal before you leave the country. Right, now getting to Istanbul. If you've never been to Istanbul, I'll help you out. So there are two major airports in Istanbul. One is on the European side, IST, and another airport, SAW, on the Asian side. Fun fact, Istanbul is the only country in the world to be in two continents at one time. So as for which airport you should fly into, it honestly doesn't matter, IST or SAW, because the city of Istanbul is basically equidistant between the two airports. Now I do want to talk about the cost of flying to Istanbul. So my home airport is SFO, and flying from SFO to Istanbul can be quite expensive. I have seen it go up to $1,500 US. But with that said, even the high cost of flying to Istanbul and getting LASIK done, it still comes out to cheaper than getting it done in the United States. My case was a little bit different. As I said, I was already in Europe. What I did was I actually flew from Paris to Istanbul. That flight ticket was maybe $250. So that's another thing you could consider. You can fly to a nice travel hub like Paris and then fly from there to Istanbul. All right, so now that your appointment is set, let's talk about what you should or rather should not do pre-surgery. So before your surgery, you should not wear contact lenses up to 5 days before the surgery because contacts will affect the shape of your cornea. So for the 5 days before your surgery, you've got to wear glasses exclusively. No makeup on the day of your surgery. Your face has to be completely clean, and you must also not wear false lashes or lash extensions. I did have a few strands of lash extensions, albeit not a lot. The extensions that I had were like 2 months old, but they hung on to dear life like my brain cells at the end of a music festival. Day of surgery, let's go. So make sure that you've eaten a nice breakfast because you're gonna be in the clinic for the next 3 hours or so. So I arrived to Eyestar at 10 a.m. on the day of my appointment. A lot of nerves, but that's normal. So when you arrive at the clinic, you're gonna fill out some paperwork, and legally the LASIK Institute has to give you the form that lists the complications of LASIK. And of course, there are always risks and complications associated with any surgery. So it's at this point where you can choose to proceed or choose to walk away. If you do want to proceed, then you'll sign the paperwork and then you'll pay the fee. For payment, you can pay in Turkish lira, you can pay in euros, or you can pay in US dollars. If you do use a credit card, there is a 3% fee. So I chose to pay by credit card because I want those points. So here is exactly how much I paid in Turkish lira, and here was my credit card bill. The US dollar was strong against the lira at the time, so I really lucked out. Now let's talk about prepping for surgery. So before the surgery, they're gonna take measurements of your eyes. All right, so first was the eye exam, 60 euros. Next is the pachymetry. This tests the corneal thickness of your eyes. That was 40 euros. Next is the topography of your cornea. That was 50 euros. Next is the keratometry, and keratometry measures the curvature of your cornea. That was 50 euros. And the actual LASIK surgery itself was 999 euros. And the surgeon will take all of these calculations and measurements to pre-calculate the lasers that will be worked on you. From my exam, I remember them telling me that my left eye could see about 70% and my right eye could see about 60%. And these measurements will be important later on. And now they're gonna prep you for surgery. They're gonna give you a gown to wear. You're gonna take your glasses off. They will clean your eyes just before surgery. And of course, anesthetic drops will be placed in your eyes as well. You will not feel a damn thing during the surgery. So I remember nerves are really high. And again, it's completely natural and normal to be nervous, but you know, you're as ready as you're ever gonna be. So let's do it. And it's a very surreal feeling knowing that you're gonna embark on something that's gonna radically change your life. So the LASIK process is rather simple. First, there's a cutting laser that cuts a flap on your sclera. Your sclera is the outer cornea. Once the flap is open, more lasers will go in your eyeballs and help to reshape your cornea. And the cornea is the part of your eye that refracts light so that you can see. After the surgery, the sclera flap is placed back down and there's no stitching involved. Your eye will heal on its own. And it was a really surreal experience getting it done. So I had astigmatism in both eyes. And here's what I could see during my surgery. So I saw a black background and 2 white bulbs. I think those 2 white bulbs were my cornea and of course the lasers. And those white bulbs looked like concave images, and I could see those concave images kind of becoming more spherical. That's how I knew that the surgery was working. The surgery itself took maybe 5 minutes. It's very quick. Immediately after the surgery, my vision was blurry, but don't worry, that's completely normal. I could see my vision getting better with each passing minute, so that's a very good sign. So after that, you were led to a waiting room, put more anesthetic drops in my eyes, and the anesthetic drops will last about 2 hours. The doctor took took a look at my eyes, and they said that my left eye could now see 100% and my right eye could see about 90%. My left eye has always been stronger than my right eye, so it's just a natural consequence. I was really pleased with the results. And of course, right after the surgery, they're gonna give you those goofy sunglasses to wear. Also, after the surgery, they will give you 3 medications.
And these are the 3 medications that they gave me for post-surgery. This first one is an antibiotic. This is an anti-inflammatory drop. And these are artificial tears, which are basically just regular eye drops for hydration. So I need to take all of these every single hour for the first day. Sleeping does not count, and every 4 hours the following day.
So they scheduled my checkup for 10 a.m. the next morning. So after I got back to my hostel, I just went to my bed, and after about 2 hours, that's when the pain kicks in. You kind of get that something there phenomenon, like something is physically in your eye that's bothering you. You can't do anything about it. I would say the pain was about an 8 out of 10. So of course I used my medications as was instructed, and the only thing that I could do was just silently cry myself to sleep, hoping that I could just take a quick nap. And I think I napped for maybe 2 hours, and when I woke up, there was no pain anymore. And the next day, I was feeling great. There was no pain. Just went back to Eyestar for my checkup. The doctor was able to check out my eyes and said everything looked great. Also, when you get LASIK done at an institute, they're gonna give you a certificate for lifetime checkups. Of course, that does mean having to go back to Istanbul just for checkups, so I do see that as a potential downside to medical tourism. It's all good with me. I love to travel. I love going to Türkiye, so it's all good in the hood. All right, let's talk about post-surgery results. Every LASIK patient will experience varying degrees of side effects. For me, a side effect was halo light. So when I looked at a light source, it could be anything, it could be a stoplight, could be a car light, I would see this halo image around the light. And that's normal. But I was freaking out because I was still seeing halo lights 3 months post-surgery. But I did notice that after about 6 months, I couldn't see halo lights anymore. So I guess it all worked out. Also keep in mind that because of LASIK, your eyes and your brain are retraining themselves for you to be able to see without the use of glasses or contacts. Finally, let's talk about how LASIK has affected my life up until now. It has definitely made me more confident. I don't have to wear glasses anymore. Not only that, it has streamlined my life a lot. Now in the mornings, I don't have to reach for my glasses or think about, do I want to wear contacts for the day? It has streamlined my makeup routine because now I don't have to think about budgeting time for putting in contacts. And I have just been saving these things just for the purpose of making this video. Now I don't need them. Overall, it's just made me a lot more confident. It's made my life easier and it's made me happy. And I think that those $1,200 was very well spent. So everyone, thank you for watching. I hope that this video educated you. I hope that it helped you to make that leap towards LASIK if that's something you've always been thinking about, whether or not you want to get it done in Istanbul or somewhere else. Share this video with anyone who is interested in getting LASIK, and remember to like and subscribe for more food and world travel content. And remember to check the info in the description below to get 10% off your level 8 order. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!